The two most important sports in Texas City, Texas are football and spring football. The high school doesn't have a field, they have a stadium that can hold 10,000 people. But even if it could hold 10 million, none of them would likely have a story like the two people here today.
We obviously share something that not many people can understand.
Rick Wallace is a longtime football coach, and Tyrese Williams was one of his players. They first met more than 20 years ago, about 4 hours from here in Banquetti, Texas.
I didn't like him. I was scared to death of him. I really was.
Like a lot of football coaches, Wallace is a yeller.
People laugh because when he's coaching on the sidelines, you can hear him across the county.
Years later, his booming voice still echoes on this field. But he knew Ty Williams could play.
Very, very good. He played both ways. He started at tailback and also cornerback.
At the age of 16, Williams lived on the outside of town when his divorced father was offered a job in another town.
He gets a job working for the government, running these apartments for the government.
But Williams didn't want to leave. Though he was the only black student at Banquetti High School, he felt a part of something. That's when, to his surprise, Coach Wallace and his wife agreed to take Williams into their home for the rest of high school as his legal guardians.
He needed a family. He needed someone to guide him through school. And I'm a teacher, so I work with kids every day, and there's been many I would bring home if I could.
He seemed like a good person. He seemed responsible. He was very, very respectful.
And for Ty, fear soon turned to affection.
At first, he was like a big brother, and then he became like a father. I mean, it was just, we did everything together.
Ty graduated high school, went into the Army, and later came home to start his own business. He was living his dream. But then the dream turned into a nightmare. In 2008, after feeling ill for months, Ty was diagnosed with stage 4 renal failure.
I had a first opinion, I had a second opinion, I had a third opinion. The third guy told me, your kidneys will shut down.
By this time, Tyrese had 4 children and was on dialysis. What he needed, however, was a kidney transplant.
At that time, I thought I was going to die. You know, I didn't want to leave them. Who's going to take care of them right? Who's going to support them? Who's going to be there for them when they need their dad around?
Just to give you an idea of how people felt about Tyrese, 12 people were tested as possible donors. None of them were a match, but 13 was the lucky number. And the 13th person was Rick Wallace.
Even the doctors were stunned. Could not believe our markers matched. It was unbelievable. I mean, just fell out of the sky, unbelievable.
Ty was on a camping trip, hooked up to a dialysis machine, when he got the call from Wallace.
My comment was to him over the phone was, I'm very, very mad at you. I can no longer be a Sports Illustrated swim model.
And I just started crying, you know. It was a very emotional time for me.
Shortly after the operation, the two men, dressed in hospital gowns, were walking the halls of the hospital together.
It was humbling that I was able to give an organ to him and him to now be able to walk with me.
You know, he's making smart remarks about, hurry up, you know, you're dragging behind, you know.
The road to recovery has been a long one for both Wallace and Williams, but they seem to have turned a corner.
We tell each other we love each other all the time, every time we talk.
On high school fields across the country, football coaches give the gift of time and knowledge to players every day. Rick Wallace gave the gift of life.
If you're his friend for life, and he'd do anything to help you. And look what he's done for this young man.
He is back to being a family man, a dad, a friend, you know, a hard worker. And I was able to give him that. And for that, I'm thankful.
This may be a story about one man giving a kidney to another, but what he truly gave was his heart.
He was there. I'm proud that he was.